Hi, so today I thought we would do a little bit of Pilates for golfers. So it is getting towards spring here in Chicago, and although it did snow a little today, we're heading in that direction, and it's a really good time for golfers to start thinking about their flexibility and their strength. And this is also really good for anybody with back pain. We tend to overmobilize in our low backs and not mobilize enough in our thoracic or upper back. And so these exercises are good for individuals also that may sit at a desk for long periods of time. So we are going to start as we usually do. So I'm going to have you lay down, head in the headrest, feet up on the foot bar. We'll go through a little quick footwork just to get grounded and get into our breath. I've got a red, yellow, blue spring on, so fairly heavy tension. I'm going to have you lay down, head in the headrest, feet up on that foot bar, and we'll press that carriage out and in. We'll go for 10. And as you press out, think of inhaling the breath tall into the lungs and exhaling back home. So that breath begins with the feet. Think about the diaphragm muscle dropping down as the breath fills up. We'll go maybe 5. 4 more here. Don't forget that your ankle is a joint as well. So as you go out, open the ankle, and as you come in, it's a hinge at the ankle, knee, and hip. So don't lock out those ankles. Flexibility in the ankles is actually really important for golfers. It's also very important for all the rest of the world. Let's go maybe 1 more here. And then come in and hold that in. You're going to float those legs to tabletop, and as best you can, lengthen them up into the ceiling. Give me a little flex in those feet. Bend the knees. We're going to bring our heels to the bar, out and in 10 more times. Same idea here, even though the feet are flexed, you want to feel like your toes, as best you can, are frozen in space. And especially as you come in, then you'll feel the flexor muscles in front of the shins and on the top of the feet working, and you sort of let them go a little as you go out. Just trying to work that ankle stability now. We'll go maybe 3 more here, 2 more like this, 1 more this way. And then come in, hold that in. Let's tabletop 1 more time. Lengthen up 1 more time. Turn those legs out, so feel the wrap. Flex, bend, toes to the bar. We'll go out and in 10 more here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, return. Let the rib cage stay heavy. Stretch through the center. Often say this is like you've got your own little set of weight belt around the low belly. So as you go out, you're cinching that up. So not pushing down, but really 3-dimensionally drawing in. We'll go 2 more. 1 more here. Bring it in, hold. Separate heels, feet just parallel now. Press out. Just lower the heels under, stretch, and lift. And we'll go 9 more there. And same thing, just trying to find flexibility through the feet so we can stay grounded. So when we swing through that golf club, we feel our feet in the earth, that sort of deep connection, and the movement through the feet. For 3. Let's go 2. 1 more here. Hold that lift, bend those knees, glide it in, and pause. So we're going to come into a little bit of ab work, so arms to sky. And we're going to change our ab work up just a little bit today. So we'll tabletop. We're just going to go down and up here with those arms. So we start those little pulses. Right into those hundreds we go. Chest curls up. Legs lengthen and reach, moving the breath, inhaling for the count of 4 or 5, exhaling for that same count. If you feel like you're in your neck, think of lifting your chest higher to the ceiling. And if you feel like you're in your back, you could lift the legs up a little, pull back into the abs, and then re-lower. And we'll go maybe 5 more here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, less, 3, 2, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, less, set, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, knees come in, arms up, head back. Release those arms, let those straps hang up, and we're going to roll up. So arms to sky, You can give me a little bend of the knee and work up with that leg, or you can give me long legs and roll up. You could also come to your side if you're not ready for that roll up and come up to seated. So now we're going to start a little bit of warming up towards rotation. So we'll start by doing some side bending. So just one yellow spring, so fairly light here. Scooch in fairly close to your foot bar. One hand to the bar, other arm out, up and overhead. Ground your feet. Press away with the outer hip and the inside hand. And think of that reach and stretch. And come on back. We'll do it for 4. As you come back in, allow that elbow to bend down to the floor and get tall. We got 2 more like this. 2. And back. 1 more like this. 1. Hold it out there. We're going to rotate. We're going to take that top arm and reach for the far side of the foot bar. We're going to come back and bring it in. So there's that rotation. And this allows us to stretch open and rotate from a place of length. Bring it back and come in. 2 more. So we're trying to find flexibility there so that we get through that swing. And for those of us that are tight, this gives that upper back a nice sense of reach. And back and in and hold. And then we were to repeat that to the other side. So I'm going to turn my back to you. Same idea, snuggled in close, one hand to the foot bar, palm up, press out, my feet stay put, my hip glides away, and I come back. Trying to keep my body on the same plane, so I'm not leaning forward or back, but growing tall off my spine for 2. And 1 more here. We're going to hold this one out. Rotate. Feel that sense of reach. Come on back. Bring it up. 3 more that way. Side bend and then reach out and around. Bring it back and come up. Last 2. Up and overhead. Side bend, reach. Back and up. This is our last one here. Side bend, rotate, reach, back and up. And bring it all the way in. So now I'm going to grab my Pilates ring. So if you don't have a ring, you can do this without it, but I find that this is a really nice tool to keep people truly rotating around their spine. So I'm going to stay on that yellow spring, and I'm going to kneel about hip distance apart, knees right up against those shoulder blocks. And I'm going to grab the small loop with my inside hand. I'm going to take that ring right up against my sternum and wrap my hands over it. So I'm just going to show you here. It gives me this nice kind of like hug a tree arm situation. And then the spine is straight up and down. I'm going to exhale and rotate, just square. Notice my nose, forehead, and hands are right in line with my center. And then I'm going to rotate around that. And I'm going to bring it back and all the way back. And again, exhale, center, hold. Exhale, past center. Bring it back to center and back towards the tower end of the reformer. And my hips are staying square here. Exhale. Exhale a little deeper. Bring it back and back. So no sway in the hips, only to strengthen the rotators of the spine, so the obliques and the deep rotators of the back. We'll go 1 more like this. Twist, twist a little deeper, back and back. I'm going to take that ring and just place it. You can place it on the mat or in the floor in front of you. And now I'm going to switch, so I'm going to take my outside hand to the rope and my inside hand to my hip. And I'm going to pull with my elbow. Reach my arm out, and then like I'm stirring a big pot, bring it back through. And this too is just working those oblique muscles to stabilize, especially as I come home. So the work actually happens more here, resisting the spring. Yeah, we'll go maybe 2 more like this, 2, and resist it. And 1 more like that. Open it up. And resist it. back. Nice. And then we'll take that strap, hang them up, and we'll do that whole series to the other side. So same idea, turning around, shin bone right up against it, gives us a nice grounding point here. Take my inside hand to that strap, sternum, nice big hug-a-tree arms, square my hips to the wall in front of me, and exhale, twist towards the foot bar end and back. Exhale, center, and then think of my spine as my axis point and bring it back and back. 2 more. Exhale, exhale a little deeper. The other thing you want to look for is not letting your shoulders rise up, but keeping them level, and that makes you work through those back rotators and the obliques a little bit deeper. Nice. And then we'll rest that ring. Take my other hand to the strap, pull that arm out, reach, and then big circle back. And again, arm nice and close, lead with the elbow, and then big circle resisting the spring for 2 more. Elbow, reach, resist. 1 more. Elbow, reach, resist, and in. And then we'll hang that guy up. So really nice working through those rotator muscles. I'm going to put my ring down. I'm going to grab my long box, and we're going to do a little bit now. We'll do a little bit more upper back extension. So we want to think about trying to create as much flexibility through that upper back and opening the chest so we're not compressed when we're swinging through. So I'm going to say yellow and a blue spring. Lay on your stomach, chest just off that box. Rest your head, heel of hands, elbows wide. We're going to press that carriage open, and then you're going to start to lift. Now you want to think upper back first. So upper back, mid back, low back. Don't let those toes dip. Keep them lifted, and then press out. Get long, and do it again. Inhale, feel that upper back extension, and press out for length. 2 more maybe here. 2. And lengthen. And 1 more good one. 1. And lengthen and hold. Bend both elbows. Glide that carriage all the way in. We're going to come off of there. We're going to change our tension to just a blue spring, so fairly light, and come kneeling on top of the reformers and work some stability off those obliques as well. So hands on all 4 corners, knees to the back, hands to the front. Grab your large loop and place your foot into the big loop. In this case, it's my right foot. And once you've got them in there, bring your hands back, find that nice stabilization. And if you need to, you could give me a couple cat-cows here just to round out the spine, look between the legs, and then go the other way. Flare the tail open and stretch to look forward and up. And you could flow there a couple times, just releasing any tension you might be holding in the low back. And then just fall into a nice flat back position here. I'm going to take my right leg and reach him back and pause. And I'm going to make sure I didn't just arc to do that. And then drop the foot along the edge of the reformer and towards the floor. So you want to look for dumping in either direction. And then you're going to press and reach. And this one's sneaky. It feels like it should be a hip and leg exercise. And it is to a certain extent, but more so, you're going to feel those oblique muscles working off the force of that leg. And that's what we really want. 2 more here. 1 more this way. And then hold, bend that knee in. We'll take that foot out. We'll do the whole thing to the other side. So letting the carriage come in, taking that left large loop, placing it on my left foot. And I like to just wait for a moment to find that nice, stable, flat back feel. And then press that left leg long and back. Take him down to the floor. Try not to tuck and round. You want to stay long and reach. and down and reach. Be careful that you're not dropping your head. Be careful that you're not leaning too far to the right. And maybe 2 more here. Reach. And 1 more this way. And then bend that knee in. Take that foot out. Hang him up. And then we'll come off to the right. And we're going to take those boxes and turn them to short box. And we will do a little side over here. So I'm going to bring my foot bar down to the lowest setting. Load up my springs. And have a seat on my box. I'm going to take my right foot and place them underneath the fuzzy as I face you. And I like to reach that foot right over the front edge. It helps to internally rotate that thigh, which in turn helps to catch those obliques more than if I'm too far back and trying to move from my hip or my back. So from here, we're going to set this up to really feel long, pull on that fuzzy, feel stable. My left hand's in the headrest, and I'm going to give myself just the gentlest feeling of side bend. Right arm to the sky, left arm's floating off the floor. I'm going to go down to the floor and hold and reach overhead. Now, if you have a hard time getting to the floor, a yoga block is totally acceptable. We're staying on that headrest. From here, arm over arm, my head is reaching away from my foot, and that creates stability in the body, that opposition. Come up and back. I like to think of my right ribs like fingers coming together, and then my left ribs. And up and back. And 3. How about 2 more? 2. This is my last one here. Hold the floor. Top hand to the bar in front of me. Bottom hand to the bar behind. I'm going to bend my elbows and drop my head down. The heavier you let your head be here, the more stretch you're going to feel through that low back right side. And then unbend, pull the arms back, lift the heart forward and up. Nice stretch for that front. And release it back down. Walk yourselves up to sitting. Whole thing to the other side. So I'll just slide my left foot under. Turning my back to you again. Right hand in the headrest. Find that sense of pull, flexing that foot to hold on. Arm to sky. Dropping my right hand to the floor. Giving myself that side bend reach sensation. Oh, it feels good. Arm over arm, head away from foot. Rise off the floor, left side working, and then right side. Top ribs together, bottom ribs. For 3. For 2. 1 more good one here. Hold the floor. Top hand to the bar in front, bottom to the one behind. Bend the elbows, dive down. And then unbend. Lift the heart. Think of drawing the arms back. Chest open. There's that upper back extension again. Finding mobility. Release it back. Hand back into the headrest. Come up. Release that foot. And we will come off. So just a few of my favorite exercises for thoracic mobility, which are also excellent for golfers to get into the mobility of rotation, and really where that power can come through those oblique muscles and the rotators of the spine so that we're able to come around and through, and we're getting more mobility through that back as we do. Thanks so much for joining me. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.